HAVA is an organization that helps sponsor veterans to participate in things like this that they're not always familiar with or have ever really been exposed to. Hunting, I'd never been hunting before. Skeet shooting, I'd never been skeet shooting before. So some of the different events, I think it's an opportunity for individuals to come together, more specifically veterans to come together that have not done things together and unite in another way.
It's simple, by saying, we take out veterans on outdoor adventure therapy, and that it can come off as empty words. See the magic in between, the travel, showing up, in between shooting. That's awesome. That's all the cool stuff. But again, the in-between stuff of, having 8 dudes who might have served together, might have not served together, different branches, to be like, hey man, I've been out the Marine Corps X amount of years, X amount of months, to be like, America's a good place to be every day, no matter what's going on in the world, and we get a reassurance that there are good patriotic Americans every day here who want to help and support us, and what better way? So I know for a fact that it changes lives, it impacts life for the better, both for the veteran himself or herself, along with our families once we get home in a better mood, with a different outlook, new friends who've been there, done that, who've also been out and might have a hard transition, might have not had a hard transition. So it's definitely life-changing for us as veterans, for our families, and those who get to be around us on events like this.
HAVA is a great organization, so their mission is really to help our veterans kind of get back into the community and their lives back home through the traditions of firearms and hunting and hobbies that a lot of them have before their service or something new after. But the people are just amazing. All of the people, men and women that I've met through the organization, whether they're volunteers or the actual veterans that participate themselves, they've just such great people, and it's been a blessing to be able to work with them and help teach them how to shoot sporting clays.
Pull. 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 Pull.
So when you get to it and you feel like you're a couple of foot in front, don't hesitate. Pull the trigger. You'd have had it, but you pulled away from it at the end. Pull. Pull. Pull.
It's amazing. I'm not a professional clay shooter. My scorecard will reflect that, if you were to get a picture of that. But I mean, it was really great because I think what veterans need and what our communities need is that connection. So it was a chance for those of us that came into town for the event to really meet our coaches, learn some shooting skills, but at the end of the day, the theme was having fun and just get a chance to connect, bust each other's chops a little bit, learn some of the lingo, and just have fun and connect with each other at a greater level. Yeah, what they do is just a lot of different experiences and events for veterans. Sometimes it's hunting, sometimes it's marksmanship events, sometimes it could just be connections. And what they're really good at doing is finding people who need something in their lives. That could be the outdoors, that could be some marksmanship, it could be some competition, and finding them a purposeful event to get them to. And then that connection and that camaraderie kind of comes back up. And you see guys and gals who have maybe been a little bit reclusive because once they got out of the military, they lost that sense of purpose or that identity. And then when they come out to events like this, it kind of reinvigorates them. So it's just really neat. And they're really great guys like Heath, who lives out west, and Rodrigo, who's here on the East Coast. They're just really good at finding good quality people and then going out from there. Like what they did in the military wasn't that important. What rank they were in the military wasn't that important. But like their bias for being a good human being and representing their service always comes out at these events. And just HAVA's just got it's the art of finding good people and putting them out at these events. So I think that's what they do really well.
Pull. There you go.
Pull.
Yes, that's how it's done. Very nice. Go ahead and get ready.
Pull. Behind it, right?
Hey guys, good morning. Rodrigo, Mikey, Roman. I'm here on behalf of HAVA with 8 service members and or law enforcement first responders. This is my buddy,
Jim Waterman.
So Jim was super awesome. He's dedicated a lot of time yesterday and today to help coach our honored veterans here. To give you some background, I got introduced to HAVA back in 2014 as a participant on their annual pheasant hunt in South Dakota. Fast forward to now, 2022 August, I'm in beautiful Rochester, New York, executing my first solo event on behalf of HAVA, where we brought 8 guys, 5 are Marines. One of those is now a police officer, the other 3 are police officers. Some of those guys have never shot an over-under shotgun, some of them have never shot clay birds. So what better way to introduce our veterans and give them a good thank you in the beautiful state of New York. Like I said, Jim spent a lot of time with us because we, as Marines, as police officers, we don't learn shotgun. We learn rifle and pistol, and the hardest part was quit staring at the front sight. But guys like Jim helped us figure it out.
I got involved here at HAVA because I have a son who's a wounded veteran. I got him originally involved with Wounded Warrior Project, but then transitioned over to HAVA, and been very pleased to see the people come through our club here. I think it makes a difference. I can see the joy it brings to these guys who work hard for us every day, and just glad to be part of it. And teaching any kind of people that are rifle pistol people is a bit of a challenge because we try to teach them to not look at the gun, and that's a transition that's not
all
easy
we know.
to make.
That's all we know.
Yeah, so we're happy to say that they did. They made the transition. Everybody's shooting really great, having a good time, enjoying the weather, enjoying the company, and we got a great turnout here, over 160 people. I know that these guys, some of them know each other somewhat, or maybe they've seen each other a couple times in their lives, but the camaraderie between the men just reinforces what I've learned from my own son's experience in the military, is that if you're a soldier, no matter what the branch, there might be some teasing involved, but the bottom line is they're together. They're a family. They're brothers when they're together. And that was reinforced heavily for me today. I just can't stress that enough, that I really enjoy seeing the fact that these guys, they break each other's chops, but they're 100% a team.
Shells cost money, targets cost money, gasoline costs money, renting facilities cost money, borrowing guns cost money. Those sponsorships are humongous, and you can really, really relax and focus on your wellness and that connection and camaraderie.
You can email me at claysforheroes@gmail.com and I can give you any type of information. So we do have sponsorship packages that we send out. You know, people can buy a station sign or they can choose to be an event sponsor, which gets them on all of our kind of posters and promotional materials. But then also, you know, we need lots of volunteers, so we're always excited to welcome anyone who's interested in that too.